P&G Extra Opportunity is proudly brought to you by Paradise with Cream Biscuits.
On today's show, I have Tianna, the designer and owner of Zambilla & Co. join me in the studio. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me today.
So tell us a bit about Zambilla & Co.
Zambilla & Co. started about 1 year ago now, and I was originally wearing my own Paradise style earrings. They're a white pair similar to these ones. And so many people in the streets in Brisbane were telling me, where did you get your earrings from? And where can I buy some? So from this build-up, I was thinking, I should start a business from this, design my own styles and inspire the colours from my photography or my heritage back in Papua New Guinea. So I started my first business when I was 11, doing jewellery. And I thought, it's not hard, I'll just start another business, I guess.
So you're almost like a veteran now. I mean, 11's...
I could say that. Like, I've had a lot of little businesses along the way. But I'm sure there's lots more to learn, definitely lots more to learn.
And where did the name come from, Zambilla? Is that...
So the name came from, my mother and I were having a morning walk in Brisbane, and we were just looking at hairy caterpillars. I know this sounds weird, but we were looking at hairy caterpillars and we were just thinking of names like, something to rhyme with Camilla, because there were all these colourful jewellery designs, clothing designs, sorry. Yeah. And we thought of different names that rhyme with Milla, Billa, and Zambilla just came up out of that conversation while we were having our walk looking at caterpillars. And so we thought, yeah, Zambilla & Co. And it was originally going to be called TT & Co, but I thought about the complications with having my name in the business and whether the reputation can be ruined later on. So it was just safer to have a name that was not associated with me. And that's how it came about, just rhyming different words.
And the name, I think, really suits the jewelry. It's quite exotic.
Yeah.
It almost makes you think of a Middle Eastern sort of...
Yes.
What's the inspiration behind the jewelry?
So I think these ones were like more designed like a grass skirt kind of feel behind my mind. And also I have like a spiral style. They're more for smaller style earrings for people who don't prefer to wear the bigger styles. But the colours mostly is what is inspired from my photography. And there's also designs such as the fan design that's like a P&G fan, like the coconut ones. There's also the chunky funky. They're just random types of earrings that I just like to, boom, stand out in the crowd. But there's a lot of different colours mostly that are inspired from P&G designs.
And you also have a foundation that, I mean, some of the proceeds go to the foundation. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, so the Bucket of Love Foundation I started in 2015. It was actually on Valentine's Day. I didn't have a Valentine that day, as you can tell, so I was a bit bored, and my friend asked me, come have a look at these buckets. Maybe you can do something with them, because he noticed I was from Papua New Guinea. And I went over and I saw about 60 buckets, and I thought, wow, these buckets could be used for P&G villages in terms of water, storage, cleaning clothes, dishes, travelling. And so I took those buckets and put them on my family's shipment container back to Kimby. And from there we donated them to remote villages near Baya, which is a place in West New Britain. And some of the proceeds from Zambilla goes towards the Bucket of Love Foundation. And so I buy educational items to clothing, I get donated, sporting equipment, and any items such as books for education that can be used in remote village schools or hospitals. And the faces on, like, their reactions from donations was just priceless, and I just love doing it. So from the Zambilla, I donated about $2,000 from sales, and that all went to education that don't receive government funding. So for my last trip here, I went to Bulama School and donated sporting equipment. They only had one soccer ball.
Wow.
And I was thinking, how do you share one soccer ball amongst 250 students? And I brought some stationery and some sporting equipment. They just loved it, and they sang me songs, and it was just so nice, like, to have that corporate social responsibility behind Zambilla, and somehow I can give back to my community.
What drives you? I mean, you seem very young, and you're saying all these things that you've been involved with, and what's the drive, and how do you get everything done in a day almost?
I guess I like to have my own independence, so that's what drives me to start my own businesses. I have a lot of friends who are stuck in full-time jobs, and they lack the time to go on holidays. And so what I want to do is establish myself in starting my own businesses and enabling myself to have more time that I can have later on in life. And that's what's driving me, setting myself up while I'm young. And also I just love doing things for myself, making some money for myself, and feeling like I'm putting the work in for my future.
That's fantastic. And you also, apart from the jewelry, you have a photography business. Can you tell us a bit about the services you offer?
Yeah, so I originally started taking photos of diving, underwater creatures and backyard spiders and insects. But now in Brisbane I do corporate functions, birthday parties, and also like private family photo shoots or business photo shoots. And from there I also donate 20% from my sales to Bucket of Love Foundation, and I started that about 4 years ago now, and I do a lot of birthday parties in particular as well, and that's going really well.
And you brought your cameras to show us.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit?
So for those who want to start a photography business, I would definitely recommend the Sony A7. So this is one of the A7 range. You can get about 5 different styles in this camera. This one's just the number 1, so if you're looking for something cheaper, this one would be a good option for people starting out professionally. But this one here is the little Olympus EPM1, and I started this with this camera in my spider photography. And one of my spider photography images that I've taken with this camera is in the Australian Geographic competition at the moment.
So that's with that camera?
Yeah, wow. So I mean you can start with anything. This is about $400 on the market now, and you can start your own backyard photography or private functions. So for those who want to start a business in this, start taking birthday parties for free, show your skills, and then you can also show those images to future clients later on. That's how I started.
That's great advice. And currently you're having a competition, right? Is that with Zambilla and
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell our viewers.
So I'm having a competition where the viewers can design their own Zambilla earrings. And I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking, yes, like, whoa, I want to have some of my own Zambilla designs of my own, where my friends can wear them. So you just send in 4 different colors that you enjoy, like that you want to see on your own pair. And I will send an email out, or you can follow me on my website or my Facebook, where I'll have the details there. So you send in your 4 colors, your name, your age, and this type of earring that you would like. And there's about 6 different designs that you can put your colors on the earrings. And from there I will have a panel of judges, probably my family and friends, that can decide which colors they would like to see as part of the Zambilla range. And if your color wins, then you will get your free own Zambilla of your own designs.
Fantastic. And when does the competition start and end?
The competition ends on the 30th of April and starts whenever you'd like to go. Yeah.
Great. And last, maybe you can give, advice to upcoming young people who are watching, who are like, she's very driven, and how can I start my own business? Can you give some advice?
Yes, definitely. Starting a business, don't overcomplicate things. If you have a product, just go ahead and sell it at a market or on Facebook. There's a lot of platforms where you can sell your items for free. Network with people such as people who have craftsman skills, especially in PNG. We have so many jewelry designers, basket designers, bilum designers, and try to get that product into the international market. And that's through Facebook. And Facebook opens to the world, really.
Yeah.
So if you have a photo, get some really nice photos of your products. Try not to do it with a mobile phone because the quality can be bad, but get someone with a professional camera, take some nice pictures, put them up on Facebook, and then see how it goes, because it's all about testing the market. Some people always overcomplicate the process and think about, oh, what about the accounts, what about the marketing, the business plan. Don't worry about it. Okay. Just get your product on the market
simple
first. That's it, start simple. And the hardest thing is starting, so just start. That's the first step to growing your empire.
That's great advice, and it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. I'm very inspired by the work you do, so thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.